All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us. Brief reminder before we get started that, once again, per NCAA guidelines, no recording of this press conference are allowed. A recording will be provided by the tournament at the conclusion of each press conference. We will do a brief adjustment here and have head coach Scott Sandelin from the victorious Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs at the podium now as the Bulldogs once again advance to their 8th NCAA Frozen Four and their 4th straight. Coach, we'll just start with an opening statement about tonight's game.
Unbelievable game. I thought our team played great. North Dakota again shows their resolve, comes back, ties it. Then we play a marathon overtime, and we get a big goal from a freshman that got some ice time later in the overtimes, and couldn't be more proud of this group. I thought our guys played great. It was a great hockey game. Two good teams going at it, and we got the fortunate break and the goal, and thank God it ended. But hats off to North Dakota. They had a great year, and really excited for our group to get back to the Frozen Four. Certainly our seniors that know nothing but that. So it's great for our program again to have that opportunity.
With that, we'll open up to questions. Please utilize the raise hand feature as you all graciously are. And once again, state your name and affiliation as I call on you. And we'll start with Matt.
Matt Wellens from the Duluth News Tribune. Scott, you've seen a lot in your hockey career as a coach and player, and a father of a hockey player who had a pretty good day today too. How do you describe today what you and your team went through? Like, where does this rank for you?
Probably at the top. I mean, it was just phenomenal. I mean, it just kind of goes along with the whole year. I mean, it was certainly a unique game. I thought it was a good hockey game. Like I said, I was proud of our team and the way we played. And, again, we didn't let off the gas. North Dakota just made some plays at the end to tie it, and they had all the momentum. And, you never know, but our kids have showed good resolve and resiliency all year, especially the last few games, and we've talked a lot about that, just staying with games and how you have to kind of flush the bad stuff and start over. And I thought, to come into that first overtime and, obviously we get a goal, and again, just a lot of unique things. I mean, goalie change, disallowed goal, 4 or 5 overtimes. I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's probably I've been in overtime games, but this one was the longest and probably the most unique.
We'll go to Josh Vina.
Josh Vina, Shot College Hockey News. I know that Luke last played, I think, Feb 27, so it's been about a month. What went into the decision to put him in the lineup?
What's that? What was the last part?
Oh, what went into the decision to put him in the lineup?
Because we felt he could help our team, and he did tonight. So,
Kelly, go ahead.
Coach, going in and out of the locker room for that many overtimes, what did you see mostly from your leadership? What was kind of said in between periods there to keep this team going?
Not a lot. Believe it or not, they had a lot of energy. I mean, as a coach, when you get into those situations, you're not saying a lot. I mean, we had guys with legs up trying to get fluids, eating stuff, whatever, energy bars, I wasn't going to bother them, just say a couple things and let them go back at it. But I thought our guys, when you see them coming out after the period before they go on the ice, I thought our guys, had good energy, and, they were saying the right things. So, like I said, it was good to see, and, they felt pretty good. I mean, obviously they're extremely tired, and, it's pretty draining. But, they had a lot more energy than probably the coaching staff did. So I give a lot of kudos to them.
We'll go to Sam.
Sam Ali, Fox 21. Scott, you took questions all year about the goalie situation, and you always said you had a good problem with having 2 goalies. How big was it to be able to put in a guy like Ryan Fanti and just to get him in that opportunity? How easy was that decision?
Well, it's certainly under some adverse circumstances because Zach was cramping and obviously it was too bad because I thought he had an outstanding game for us, but not an easy thing for Ryan to do. You know, you're sitting on the bench and, you know, you haven't played to go in there, and he made, you know, 3 or 4 big stops for us too. But, you know, it's a nice, like I said, it's a nice situation that we had all year with goalies that we felt could win games for us. And I thought Ryan going in there was huge, and obviously Zach played well too. So they both get a lot of credit for tonight and obviously the win.
We'll go back to Matt.
Matt Wallens, Duluth News Tribune. Scott, we had talked in the lead up to this weekend, you know, relying on that experience in the NCAA tournament with the momentum swings. And I don't think any of us anticipated the swings that would happen tonight, but how much do you feel that experience helped you guys get through giving up the 2 goals late, having a goal disallowed, and then, as you mentioned, having to make a late goalie change?
Well, I think it definitely helps. I mean, again, our guys have been through, you know, these situations and how hard it is to win these games at this time of the year to keep moving on. And, you know, they've seen a lot. You know, we've been in situations, tight games, been down, up, you know, same thing in previous years. So I do think those things do come back. Like I said before, it doesn't guarantee anything, but I think it helped keep our guys calm. And I thought they were really positive on the bench, and I thought they were positive in the room, and I thought they played great. Like, we played 3 lines a lot, and those guys got a ton of ice time, and I thought they did a great job. And you know, they really showed their leadership and experience, I thought, tonight.
We'll go to WDIO.
Chelsea Brown with WDIO. Piggybacking off of Sam's question, what went into the decision to start Stay-School? And then obviously just your thoughts on his game tonight.
I told you guys I'd keep you guessing all the time. I don't know. You know what? We just felt he was ready to play, and we felt he could do the job. Just like going into the tournament, we felt Ryan, and so we've seen that all year. And you know, kind of at the end of the year, they each got games, hoping that maybe one of them would grab it and run with it. But the best part for us is that we got 2 that can go in there and win games for us, and you saw that tonight. So I thought Zach played great for us tonight. They're a dangerous team, certainly on the power play and some of their forwards, and he made some big saves, and he you know, they got a lot of pucks through. They do a great job getting pucks through, and you know, he was finding pucks and got a little bit of luck. I thought our guys in front of him blocked some shots and did a good job. And the overtime was a little bit different, but I thought he played great for us. And it's unfortunate he couldn't finish the game, but you know, Ryan did and got the win.
We'll go back to Matt.
Scott, can you take us through as we start going into 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th overtime here tonight, how you and the coaching staff manage the line strategy, like when it's time to let Biondi and Lohheit and Mylymok back out there and such? Is that a group effort between the staff on the bench? How does that work?
Yeah,
How'd you guys manage that tonight?
We talk between the overtimes, you know, kind of what we want to do and how we want to go about it. And sometimes it worked. You know, the first few overtimes, those guys, Luke was playing, got him some shifts. The other 2 really weren't. And in the 4th overtime, we got him out there just you know, the way our guys were, we just felt we had to get those guys out there, whether they were a line or whether they were spotting for somebody. And then by the 5th one, we said, you know, right now we're gonna plan on getting those guys a regular shift. And I think you know, that helped our other guys a little bit too, because we were, like I said, we were rolling 3 lines, and again, you know, fresh legs, and those guys got the game-winning goal. So what more can you say? But that's what we talked about. We talked about that, you know, before every, you know, overtime started, and how we want to use those guys.
We'll go to Sam.
Scott, I'm pretty sure you've heard by now, but Ryan scoring the game winner for Mankato. I guess, how cool is it for him, for each of you guys, to kind of help send your respective teams moving forward? Yeah, it's awesome. I actually saw the replay of the goal. Chris Garner, our equipment guy, called me over. So I think I was watching a little bit of their game. It was last time I watched, they were down 3-1, and then I saw it was tied, and
then somebody had also sent me a text that he scored the game winner. So I know my wife's happy. It was a good day. Good day for the Sandelins, and obviously wish them well tomorrow. I think they're playing Minnesota. Is that right? Did Minnesota win? I don't even know. It's a new day, but so pretty cool for him to get that goal. You know, anytime anybody scores an overtime goal, just like Luke, they're special moments.
You are correct. They are playing Minnesota. Matthew, we'll go to you.
Matt Halverson, KBGR6. Scott, we talked a lot about kind of the momentum swings of this game, and there are a million of them. But in that overtime, where with Kobe's disallowed goal there, how tough is it when, you know, the bench clears, the celebration's on, and then you guys have to come back in and get into a pretty intense situation there in overtime? How tough is that for a group like this?
Well, yeah, I think it was tough on both teams because I think you saw the emotion even on North Dakota after that because they thought it was over, and obviously we're celebrating, but you know, they went to the review and, you know, again, they review every goal, and I saw the play, but I didn't, you know whether it was or wasn't offside, but it's tough. You know, it's tough. You know, probably a little easier if you scored because you still feel you got a little bit of that momentum, but I think it's tough on both teams to kind of reset and go back at it. But that happened to us in Sioux Falls when we played Mankato. We thought we won a game in overtime and had to, you know, got disallowed, and fortunately we got another game-winning goal from Parker Mackay. So, but it's tough. Those are tough situations. The emotions for both sides are difficult.
If you have anything else here, Matt, do you have anything else, or are we okay here with Coach? All right, we'll do final call here for Coach.
Good.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Congratulations once again. We'll be joined here momentarily by tonight's hero, Luke Mylymok. All right, we are joined by, once again, tonight's hero in 5 overtimes, Luke Mylymok. We'll open up the questions for Luke. We'll start with Josh Vina. Josh
Vina, Shaw, College Hockey News. So, Luke, when did you find out that you'd be playing tonight, and what were the emotions that you went through?
You know, it was a game time decision by the coaches, and when I heard my name, you know, I was just ecstatic. You know, as a freshman, you go into these games, and you know, you dream of, you know, last 4 years being committed here, and just really emotional. You know, you just think about all the times, all the work ethic you put into it, and then get your name called and you get to play in a huge game like this. It was unbelievable.
We'll go to Matt.
Matt Wellens, Duluth News Tribune. Luke, you and Blake and Luke Wilhite there for a little bit as well. We're sitting for part of the third and the early overtimes. Take me through what's that like? Just sitting there and watching and waiting for your name to get called. And for a while, you guys weren't getting your name called. How was that for you?
You just try to be a good teammate on the bench, you know, making your voice heard, you know, letting the guys know you're there for them, even though you're not playing. And that's the biggest part when you're in a role like that. You want the boys to know that you're with them 100% of the way, and we were. And you just try to be a huge energy guy, you know, getting the boys going. You see that they're tired, and you just try to uplift them, you know, great play, you know, do this, do that, you know, just help them along the way.
We'll go to Sam.
Sam Ali, Fox 21. Luke, just talk about the goal. What did you see, and what kind of gave you a clue that you just got to let that one rip?
I realized, you know, not playing a whole lot, your legs are fresh, so I knew that I had to get some speed going into the shot and use the D as a screen because I was pretty far out, and you know, I just pulled it in, shot it, went 5-hole, and you know, you're not looking for 5-hole, but you know, you'll take what you can get.
We'll go back to Matt.
Luke, when the coaches do start calling your name and sending you guys out there shifts late into these overtimes, what's your mentality like out there? Did you feel like you could be aggressive because you had fresh legs, or are you trying to, you know, also not be the one that maybe blows this or makes a mistake? What's that mentality like this late in the game?
Yeah, like you said, you realize that you're fresh, and you know, the guys are out there or not. So, you know, in a regular game, you go out there and you try to, you know, keep it real simple, but I think with fresh legs and tired guys, you kind of have a little bit more space to play your game. So we talked on the bench, me, Lohite, and Biondi were like, we got fresh legs. Let's use that to our advantage, use our speed, strength. We're still super fresh. And that was our goal going into that game or into that period.
We'll go to WDIO.
Chelsea Brown, WDIO. Luke, knowing what happened last season to this group of leaders and the fact that they only know the Frozen Four is how they kind of end their season, how special is it that you were a part of just the victory today?
It was awesome. I mean, you look around the room and they're all national champions aside from the sophomores last year. And from what I watched last year, they could have been national champions again last year. And like you said, that's all they know is Frozen Four and winning those games. So to be a part of that game and take them to that tournament is just unbelievable. They're all pumped. They get to return. That's their home. That's a Bulldog home.
We'll go back to Matt with a follow-up.
Luke, a lot of crazy ups and downs, emotional roller coaster swings in this game tonight. From North Dakota coming back, the disallowed game winner, the goalie change. Can you take us through what you saw from that group that you just described, those senior leaders who have won national championships before, and maybe what you learned from them in this game, how you handle these situations?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of ups and downs in that game, and the biggest key is to not get frustrated or overwhelmed by it. Just whatever happens, it's out of your control with those calls. So you just go out there and you do a job and do what you can to help the team and make sure that the call goes your way next time.
All right, we'll take a final call here for questions for Luke. All right, I think we're good. Thanks. Oh, sorry, Josh Vina, under the wire.
Josh Vina, College Hockey News. What were you thinking when that puck was on your stick in overtime or in fifth overtime? My gosh.
I was just thinking, shoot. I heard the guys on the bench yelling, shoot. So, I mean, they helped me out with that.
All right, with that, we'll say thank you and congratulations once again to Luke.
Thank you. See you in Pittsburgh.
We will hopefully here be joined by Cole Koepke of Minnesota Duluth to close it out for the Bulldogs today. All right, we are joined by Cole Koepke here from Minnesota Duluth, and we'll open it up to questions. We'll start with Matt.
Oh, how you feeling right now? Not just mentally going back to the Frozen Four, but how are those legs feeling after all the minutes you just logged in tonight?
Yeah, body's pretty sore. That game was something I can't. I've never been a part of anything like that. I don't know. Right now, I'm not really feeling my body too much. We're just, as a team, we're so excited to be going back to the Final Four.
Sam, go ahead.
Cole, just take us into the locker room. I mean, what's going on in between periods? At what point do you feel like the tiredness was kind of setting in for some of you guys?
I mean, in between those intermissions, it's all just kind of getting what you need, trying to get a lot of sugar in us, water, electrolytes, any type of juice, pretty much anything we can to try and make our legs feel better. Lay down, put our legs up on a chair, try and get some lactic acid out, do a little work with the trainers. But I mean, I don't know when the tiredness starts to set in. Eventually, I mean, probably after one of the overtimes. But then you have to think too, everyone's in the same boat, everyone's playing the same game, everyone's tired. So it's becomes more of a mental battle kind of than a physical one.
We'll go to Claudia.
Claudia Chakamian, Fox 21 News. Cole, just what does it mean to see a guy like Luke be the one to be the hero and score the game winner tonight?
That's awesome to see that. I mean, obviously for a while their line wasn't getting a lot of playing time, and obviously no one wants to sit on the bench during that. And when they got their chance, they went out there and their line was giving us a ton of energy. They were staying up on the bench the whole game, being great teammates in the locker room and on the bench. So see them go out there and get the winning goal is pretty awesome, and our team's very happy for him.
We'll go to Matt and then Kelly.
Cole, can you take us through what was going through your head during some of the emotional ups and downs of this game? You guys go up 2-0. North Dakota gets the 2 extra attackers. You have a game-winning goal disallowed. Zach has to come out of the net and Ryan goes in there. Like, which one of those moments maybe hit you the most? Or is there just too much going on for you to worry about any of that?
Yeah, it's hard to say. There's a lot going on. It's just a roller coaster of emotions, and just trying to stay with the game, honestly, is probably the hardest thing. I mean, I don't think any of us have probably played a game that long, so just to stick with it is just so much of a battle. And then obviously getting that goal called off was pretty hard, but I mean, I think that the team did a good job of staying positive and just knowing that if we stick with it, we'll give ourselves a chance to get another one.
Kelly, go ahead.
Cole, do you think at this point experience is the thing that really pushed you guys to the end of this? I mean, having been to how many straight Frozen Fours, how many regionals and big games and big moments that you guys have been in, do you think experience really shows here?
Yeah, I think that's a huge factor. It helps a lot. I mean, we've got a lot of guys in the locker room. I mean, our senior class has won the national championship twice. So, I mean, they've been through a lot of different kinds of games. And when we get in those tight games, we can kind of count on them for experience. They've seen a lot of stuff. And then when we get in the locker rooms, they know exactly what to say. And we just have great leadership on this team. And I just think that what we did tonight was awesome. And we never gave up. And that was just a great game.
Go back to Matt for a follow-up.
Cole, can you take us through the balancing act that it kind of seemed like you guys had to do in overtime of trying to pick your chances of when to attack, but also being very mindful of the skill of North Dakota and what those guys can do if they get, loose on the rush or on a breakaway or just possession in your zone?
Yeah, I think obviously once that game gets longer and longer, everyone's tired. Obviously, you kind of have to play smarter. We tried to focus on keeping an F3 as high as we could because, I mean, they're a dangerous team. I mean, North Dakota has unbelievable players with unbelievable skill up and down their entire lineup. So we just wanted to try and limit as many chances as we could. And we knew we were going to have to weather storms against a team like that. And we just wanted to be able to get as many guys back as we could and try and stay above the puck. And honestly, I think we did a really good job.
We'll go to Sam.
Cole, with how this season kind of has been going up and down, to say you're going back to the Frozen Four, how does that feel, man?
It's a pretty amazing feeling. I mean, right now it's kind of just hard to comprehend what that game was. That was a game we'll remember forever. I mean, I think just going up to the faceoffs, even Steve talking with their guys, we're just like, this is an unbelievable game. Like, we're going to remember this game forever, and unbelievable props to them. They're a fantastic team, and they have been all year. That was an unbelievable battle of a game and just a great feeling. It's really unfortunate that one team has to lose in that scenario, but for us to go back to that Frozen Four and get the win is a pretty amazing feeling, and our locker room's really proud of each other right now.
We'll go to Kelly. Okay, we'll go to Matt.
Cole, you talk about, playing smart out there. I'm wondering, like, is there ever a point where you're like, whether it's third overtime, fourth overtime, you get into the fifth, like, all right, we got to end this soon because I don't have any energy? Or is it, I'm willing to just keep playing smart and playing as many overtimes as it takes? Like, was there an urge to end this game at any point? Or is it just, better to play smart and you guys felt you could go 6, 7, 8. I don't know if I could have stayed up that late, but you guys are young. You can keep going.
Yeah, I think definitely as a team, it's tough. You don't want to, obviously you want to take chances in a game like this. That's kind of what can definitely lead to a goal, but you also don't want to be dumb about it and give a team like that a chance and shoot yourself in the foot. So I just kind of think we wanted to play it smart and take the chances when we could. And I mean, we were talking on the bench, we're like, this game is getting just crazy, but hey, we were prepared to play all night if that's what it took.
All right, we'll do one last call here for questions for Cole.
Seriously, Cole, how many overtimes could you have went tonight?
I don't even, how many did we finish at? 7 or
5?
5.
I
don't know. As many as it took.
All right, with that, we'll say thank you and congratulations once again to Koepke.